Alright guys, welcome back to Castaway TV. We're going to start working on the truck camper. We had a snowstorm yesterday. It's windy, it's cold, so we brought it in the barn to get it done. But we're going to be working on getting it weather sealed, getting the box liner in, and starting on the insulation. So I'm just going to take you guys through this build so you can kind of see how I did it, and if you want to do one yourself, maybe you can take some tips from me or figure out what you don't want to do with yours. Fucking meant to be. All right, it's the next day. By seal, I meant the gasket in between this topper and the box. So we got that replaced. It's time to work on the insulation. Got to remove this shelf so I can actually properly install this. So let's get started. Yeah, the thing came with some free tools. Yeah. All right, we're going with this ICO 1-inch insulation board for one big reason, and the fact that it is silver on this side. So it'll kind of match the interior of this box, and it'll look a little better than having writing all over it. It also had a little bit higher R value than the rest of them. It was like, I think it's an R6.2 or something. Not that that's gonna make a crazy difference, but any little bit will help, and it's a little more rigid than the other crap. All right, we got it all insulated. The only thing I haven't got yet is the side doors, but we'll tackle that later on. But I've been to work and back, and it still hasn't fallen out. So yeah, it came out pretty clean. I'll give you a quick rundown on how I actually cut and installed these. So it's very simple. All I did was take the tape, grab your measurement, blah, 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 come over, put your measurement to the edge and mark it with the end of your tape. Do that to both sides, take a straight edge, cut it, and then if you can see, I have rounded edges in the top here. For those rounded edges, basically I just scored the back of it. So I just do like 1-inch intervals. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, just relatively. Might have to go through a couple times. And just like that, you're able to round the edge. Now I know it leaves a little bit of a gap, but it ends up being pretty clean looking, and I'm not living in this thing. It's just for going out on adventures, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Now, for the last step, I'll actually be using some aluminum foil tape. We'll be taping up all of the edges. This will hopefully help any condensation getting through the insulation dripping down on my face, because that would suck. and it'll also just ultimately clean up the entire look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright guys, we got it all taped up last night. It came out pretty clean. Definitely happy with it. The true test will be once we get out there and camping, but it'll definitely be better than what it was like without it. So the next part of the build will be the fun part, where I actually get to see if my idea comes to life. But this part was pretty easy. A little time consuming, but it's still fairly quick. The only difficult part was jumping in and out of the box of the truck. But other than that, went super smooth, and in my opinion, it looks pretty clean. So if you guys want to see how this build all comes together, be sure to subscribe and follow along. And until next time guys, one day at a time.